Here is Supernatural Pistol, aka Colt. He hasn't had a saddle on in probably over a month, so he's trying to do his best expression of a carousel horse, up and down, up and down. This was just a fun little thing, so I decided to keep it in the film. But you see, he gets out of it pretty quick. He just looks like a funny rocking horse. Now, if you saw the last video, you saw he was very stubborn, very rude, and didn't want to listen at all. So this is literally 2 days later. I work him about every other day. Now here, I was asking him to canter. He slows down. I kissed him to make him canter again. He had changed sides, so I brought him in and then started cantering him. Now, to me, if a horse knows the word whoa, they should know it at the walk, trot, and canter. He's still at the trot process, but he has whoaed a few times at the canter, but not entirely very often because he's not quick on his feet like that. So I'm just giving him a chance to run around, kind of move his feet. And you see I have the carrot stick lunge whip right there with me, just in case. And you see he didn't want to keep cantering, so I did have to hit the ground with the lunge whip and give him a kiss and tell him go. I didn't want him slowing down unless I asked for it. We're working on speed control with the whoa. I had him turn around. You can see this time, going this direction is much easier for him. Now we're at the trotting process. Now that he's got his heebie-jeebies out and his carousel horse wannabe things out, he's now just kind of going along. He's not pulling on the line. He's not pulling on me. He's doing very nice. Now when I do ask him to whoa, it takes him about 2 whoas and then he stops. And you'll see coming up, he will do a fairly nice whoa. So he starts slowing down some, and then he stops. That's the way I like it. I don't want them turning into me. I don't want them coming up to me. Now here, I did ask for him to canter. He's having a little harder time because he is running out a little stamina, a little bit of energy. But he's still doing very good. He's listening to all the cues I give him. He hasn't been stubborn once in this whole session. In fact, this session was probably one of our shortest. It was about 20 minutes long because he did everything that I put out for him. Every time I go into the round pen, I make a goal. And if my goal is, hey, I want you to whoa on the first try, and he does it like in the first 5 minutes, he gets to go back to his stall. He whoaed very nicely. That was actually, I think, I was about to say the second whoa, and he had already stopped. Once he's a pro at the trot, I'll move on to the canter more often. I am trying to get him to canter. He is being a bit lazy. We noticed that if he gets worked too many times in a row, he gets super lazy and it's very difficult to keep him going. If you go back to his videos and you see the first time we worked him, he was a lunatic. He was just running around the stall like crazy. Now he's got a lot more cadence to him, very nice. This was the first whoa, and he did really good. Here are some minor photos. This video isn't exactly long, but he did actually very, very well. So I wasn't going to keep him and make him do more when he already did what I asked. See you next time.